Hi, my name is Manuel Ramos, and this is my forest job simulation experience. Let's get started. What was I asked to complete? Well, the questions that were asked were, how did you hear about us? Which statement best describes why you're interested in the program? How much understanding do you currently have of who we are and what we do? Based on what you currently know about GE, how likely are you to apply for a graduate or internship role with GE? GE has four major lines of business. Which are you most interested in? And the last one was, are you okay with GE viewing your details and contacting you about opportunities at the company? So far, so good. I loved all of these questions. I answered them all. And then, by the way, at the end of my simulation experience, they asked me a few more, like based on what you know now about the company, would you still be interested in applying? And I, of course, said yes to that. All right. So, uh, what did I learn from the experience? Well, I learned the importance of providing feedback that is honest, direct, and that comes from a place of care, not judgment. I also learned the importance of soliciting feedback from others so that I may be able to grow as an individual and professional. The other thing I learned was about the lean methodology, which is how you look at a process and you start to eliminate the unneeded steps of that or processes within the process, what they call waste. And by doing that, you'll make the process more efficient. I also learned about the compensation framework and how to compare ratios and pay ranges to make sure that the company is compliant with pay regulations and how to use comparative ratios to determine when and if an employee should get a merit increase, or AKA pay raise, and or when to adjust their current pay if you must have to do that. How will you integrate what you learned or experience as you move forward in your career? Well, I plan to use the feedback techniques that I use with my peers and my managers, and it will encourage others to provide feedback to me. I also plan to look into the lean methodology to see how we can be more efficient with our current processes at work. And while it was interesting to learn about how compensation works, I don't really believe that in my current role, I will be able to use that. So hopefully I can use that in the future. So what happened during my virtual experience that surprised me the most? I think the one thing that surprised me the most was that I actually was able to gain knowledge, insightful knowledge from this, as if I was actually there with the company. I was surprised that I could do that through this technology. What was the most fulfilling part of the virtual experience program? As I mentioned before, learning about feedback and the lean methodology because I can use that today in the job that I have. And the least fulfilling was the of the virtual experience program was the salary compensation information because while it's interesting, it's not something that I can use today, but maybe one day I'll be able to use it in another job. What does this suggest to you about your interests? I think it suggests that I do have an interest in working in the HR field one day. I liked it, so I think I might, look into that. What did you learn from the virtual experience program about your preferred work style? I think I reconfirmed that I prefer to learn things that will be useful to me today rather than conceptual information that I may or may not apply in the future. What might you do differently as a result of the virtual experience program and your reflection to it? After completing my degree, Lord will help me with that, and when they all have it, then I think I will be open to a change in careers and maybe look into HR, be part of the HR field. And that was it. That's all very interesting. I loved it. Thank you for this assignment. I am an older student, so I've had some experience with working before, but I think this is great and it will help some of the younger college students as they first get out into the real world. Thanks so much, Professor.